Okay, now I'm going to talk to you about arc length. So, I think in the second to last video, I talked to you about how to find the length of the circumference, and also we talked about working out the area of a circle. So, to work out the arc length, we need to understand some parts of the circle before I can actually go and show you what and how to work out the arc length. So let's just very quickly have a look at this. So most of you will know what that is. That is called the diameter of the circle, and this bit over here you can say is the radius. Okay, and then the one that is shaded over here like that, this is called a sector. Alright, and then if I do this, let's see, let me just choose another color pen over here. It's really much better. I do this. And then if I draw a line, oh, I don't like that. Okay, let's try this again. Do this, this. If I did a line like that, this line, okay. Put label. The one that is shaded, that bit over there. The region that is shaded in green is called segment, and this line, okay, let's try it again. We choose blue. This blue line there, that is called a chord. So a segment is bounded between, so if you're looking at a segment is bounded between the arc length and the chord, and if you're looking at a sector is bounded between between the radii, two radii, and an arc length. So, and you all know what a diameter is, alright? So I'm just going to relabel this bit over here because I don't like it. Let's try this. Green. So that is called a sector here. Okay, so let's move on. Now, when I talk to you about finding the, so if I look at a circle now again, okay, so the circumference C is equal to 2 times pi times radius, or it is also circumference given as pi times the diameter. So I need to remember those two rules that you have learned in year 9 and 10 and maybe last year as well. So, and remember, actually I didn't mention something else over here. I didn't mention what about the arc. So let's just very quickly do that and come back to it. So if I say, oh, that is too, okay, I have made, let's see if I can get this back. Okay, that's better. Choose that, and let's say if I'm looking at this bit over here, that is called an arc. Okay, so our task now is to work out the length of the arcs, and we know that the circumference is given as 2 pi r. Okay, But let's say if the length of the arc is bound by between the two radii, and if we know this angle over here, theta, then we can say that that length of the arc can be given by theta in degrees divided by 360 degrees. Remember, the full circle is 360 degrees, so what we want is only a part of the circle, as part of the length of the circumference. So that is looking at only, I want this bit over here only. So that is giving us the arc length C is, so actually I shouldn't be writing C, I should be writing arc length over here. So okay, let's try this now. Different color pen. So arc length is given by that rule over here. Now let's just do one example very quickly. So I have this shape over here. I'm hopeless at drawing this. Okay. So this angle here is, let's say, 85 degrees, and the radius is 3.5 centimeters. So I need to know what is the arc length X over here. Okay, so arc length is given as 2 times pi times the radius, which is 3.5, times theta, which is 85 degrees, divided by 360. And if we did this calculation, that gives me 2 times shift pi. That gives me 5.192, and I'm going to round this to 5.2 centimeters. So the length of that arc is 5.2 centimeters.